What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today, and today I have an awesome double model review for you guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at the GeminiJets 1:400 scale, Delta Airlines doubles DC-9-32, and Boeing 727-200s, both in the Widget livery. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's get started. We'll put both these off to the side here as they're both beautiful models. We'll put them right next to each other here in a minute. We'll take a look at the boxes here. They're pretty commonplace GeminiJets boxes for the time. Of course, the limited edition diecast 1:400 scale. You got both the aircrafts right there, Delta Airlines. Interesting to see the placement on the GeminiJets 2. You got the Delta on top of the Sky Team, and on the right for the Shotcut exclusive, I believe it was, the Delta's on the bottom there, which is pretty interesting. You also got the historic retro jets on the right side box, and also the Boeing trademark there. On the left, you do not, which is both pretty interesting. The sides of the box are pretty commonplace for the time here. The Delta 727's a little bit beat up, but it's all good. The back of the boxes are also pretty good here, as you guys can see. Like I said, I believe the 727-200 is a Shotcut exclusive, which was really cool. And then, of course, on the left, you got DC-9 2003 release for that one, and the Shotcut for the 727-200 is a 2001 release. You got the Delta trademarks on the back as well, but the GeminiJets 2, believe it or not, being 2 years older, actually is black and white, but the widget on that one's actually newer. I already got the color on it, rather. Here's the left with the pamphlet. Looks fantastic right there, and that is it for that box. And lastly, let me get the 727 pamphlet for y'all. Really tan inside there in the cradle, but outside that looks great. So there's the detail on that one as well. Alrighty, we're going to start with the DC-9-32 and take a look at this more in detail. So let's get started with this. Let me get the camera zoomed in nicely here, and we'll take a broad look. Let me get it out of the, sorry guys, it's in that stupid macro mode, so let me get it out of it real quick. There we go. All right, here we go with the Delta Airlines doublist DC-9-32. Very excited to have this aircraft. So, or let me try to get the camera fixed. Alrighty guys, so here we go with the Delta Airlines doublist DC-9-32. Now, very excited to have this aircraft. This is like a critical component for the Retro Tulsa project. Both these aircraft flew in, both the DC-9 and the 727, both flew in predominantly from Atlanta from 1977 all the way up until I believe around 2000. It was primarily the 727, but the DC-9 also made several appearances, especially early on, but also throughout the 90s as well. So both of them were really commonplace, and they also both came from Dallas, and I think it was mainly the 727. So very glad that both the liveries are spectacular, and let's just waste no further time and get into the details on Delta doubles DC-9-32 widget livery. Here we go. All right, beginning right here, you got the cockpit windows and a really cool panel right here as well. I believe this was anti-glare for the DC-9. Could be wrong on that, but here's a really cool nose regardless. And then, of course, you got the white fuselage with the gray underbelly right here. Got the nose landing gear as well with the fleet code of 1267 right here. And the L1 door right there with the Delta widget right there as well. Then you got the Delta Airlines billboard titles. Really like the angle there. Of course, angled to the right there about 20 degrees or so. So you love to get to see that right there. And the US flag as well. Here's the emergency exits right here. Of course, you'd get a little bit first class here, and then probably I don't know if they had some sort of economy plus, probably not. It's probably main cabin. Also where your stair would come out there. That's fantastic right there. Here's your emergency exit right here. Really nice to get to see that detail. You also got the pad here for the emergency exit, which looks really good. Not very much speed brake or flap or slat detail, but enough to notice it, I would say. And then the main landing gear also look really good on this aircraft as well. Registration of this aircraft is November 1287 Lima, and then of course one window right here next to the engine. So cool. Speaking of which, here are your engines. They look amazing. You got the Delta widget on there too, which is so cool. And then of course the Delta widget tail with all that fun detail. You got the dark blue cheat line with the red, and then Delta widget here, and then that number right there as well in the one piece horizontal stabilizer too. On the right side of the aircraft, it's also nicely detailed with the baggage loaders and all those fun details. And really, this is just a really cool aircraft in general. I'll zoom out the camera here so you guys can see the top. Absolutely stunning aircraft right there in the bottom. Looks fantastic. Got the GeminiJets logo and all that fun detail as well. I'll scoot us back and get some lighting on some 727s for us. Alrighty, everybody, and as promised, here's the Delta Airlines 727-200 and some fantastic lighting. Another really cool aircraft. Like I said, this predominantly came in from Atlanta, but also a little bit from Dallas, and was a little bit more commonplace than our DC-9. So expect many appearances of this in Retro Tulsa, and let's not waste any further time and get into the details of the 727. Like I said, I believe this was a Shotcut exclusive, which is really cool. Now let's just dive into the details. So here's your cockpit windows. No anti-glare this time, which is pretty interesting, but you also got the panel up here, which is really nice, and a black nose right there, which is really cool on the cowling. Here's the L1 door, and along with that, you got the widget this time, which is really cool to get to see. Nose landing gear and also the nose landing gear door. I think the widget livery had several iterations. This was one of them compared to the other, I believe. Here's the Delta Airlines billboard titles here, where you probably have some sort of first class into the economy product. Nice angle here on that, and that looks really good. Then you got the emergency exits here and also the escape patch right there. And then you got some better detail here on the speed brakes, flaps, and slats here. You can see them a little bit more than DC-9, so good job there by Gemini for getting that. Registration November 458 Delta Alpha. Then, of course, you got the main landing gear, very low on the 727, but they look really good. And also the wing root, which also looks very good on this mold. Here's your L2 door. Along with that, you got the Delta widget there on the engine and also just the tail, man. Looks so good. And then you got the horizontal stabilizer. Also another one-piece APU detail, which is... I think I'm missing, I unboxed it just the other day, so unfortunately I think it is missing the end piece, which is unfortunate, but outside that, we're in really good condition. On the right side here, you do have the baggage doors, and they look fantastic. But yeah, even though we're missing that end piece, I guess I can snag it off my Kalita if I really wanted to, because that one's also falling apart in the process. Top of the aircraft looks very good, very simple detail. One beacon in the bottom. You got the really cool exclusive Shotcut logo, GeminiJets, and you also got the Delta, copyright 2001 Delta Airlines, which makes me think that that was an exclusive. Could be wrong on that, but super cool to say the least, no matter what the case was. And yeah, these are two really cool models. I'm very excited to utilize them in the airport project, and along with that, just to have them for the collection. The widget collection is growing, and it's nice to get some of these additional models here when, you know, I'm trying to collect as much modern stuff as I can within reason, but some of it, most of it I already have, and I'm looking for like JetBlue A320s and some different planes, but sometimes they only come up when they come up, so hopefully I'll be able to get some more of them in the near future. But for the moment, we have these Delta widgets. They look awesome. Very glad to have them, and they look fantastic. So really excited for what's to come in the future. I hope you guys are as well. But with that being said, that'll do for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.